Hello, welcome again to this Q&A session with the leader mentors. In this case, Pablo Velarde here, a sales guy, not a tech guy, as we are usually taking, but it's a really disrupting sales guy. He helped Cisco Meraki to disrupt in the IT industry in the Southern Europe as the head of sales for the company, sales director for South Europe. He was disrupting a multi-million-dollar business, which is really difficult for a well-established business, which is routers, networking, and so on. And right now, a sales consultant for many different tech companies around the world. So, yeah, thank you for being here, Pablo, and welcome.
Hi there, guys. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Álvaro, and yeah, happy to be here.
Let's start with the question. So, first one, easy one. Favorite content in any way of or format, and why?
Well, I have. It's always with a professional career. There's always to have a single reference during your whole career, so you can get back to what you thought it was correct and what you applied. So, for me, it's a good question. I have here my library. I think I have it here. Yeah, this is my favorite boss. My favorite book. Too Many Bosses, Too Few Leaders. I read it like probably 12 times. Notes all around it, and I think this should be the base for any leader at anything. And in case of tech, the way tech is changing, it's basic to be a leader and not a boss. Don't be bossy.
Great. Talking about leaders and bosses, who is your reference leader and why, and what you learned from him or her?
Well, I was lucky enough, a super lucky guy to be working with amazing leaders, American leaders, most of them, but all the countries as well. My favorite one, the one I remember the most, is Andy McCall. He was VP of sales for Meraki and then VP of sales Cisco, and now is Samsara consultant. He's like a top guy in California, in San Francisco area. And a leader can be several things, right? But I've never seen such a human leader that can have a beer with you and then was capable of everything with just a sentence. It was such a normal guy with such a powerful communication abilities. That was a source of inspiration, a really true source of inspiration. Andy McCall is the guy.
Great. We will make sure that we leave the LinkedIn link for those interested. Yeah. What about the number one skill to become a successful leader in tech?
I try to keep it short. I always say, like, keep your mind, or you look ahead 6 months of the team. Like, be looking ahead 6 months always, and one day ahead every single individual. So as a group, you look 6 months ahead. As an individuals, look one day ahead of your teams. Just be in front of what they are gonna face and be honest with your team. That's important.
Right. What do you like most about being a leader in tech, in this case from the sales side?
Well, I think someone has to sell technology, right? And engineers and technical guys with some thing strengths on the people's can make a great leaders in tech, because they understand the technology and they understand people. So you get the best out of both worlds, and these profiles are not as important. The good thing of being leader in tech is that the truth is one and only. Technology doesn't allow, like, sorry for the word, but bullshit to be around. It just, technology is one thing and it works or it doesn't. And if it works and if you're a great leader and your technology is great, then you have half of the path done. So I recommend to be honest, and to have a bit of technical background is important to understand and to be able to explain to your team what you need out of them.
Great. Which is the biggest challenge you have faced as a leader?
Wow, that's what makes us strong, huh? So very early in a leadership role, I think 4 months or very early, we discovered a sales rep that was stealing money. Actually, we were very early days in the startup and in the US one and the American one. And basically what happens is that they had to pay by post payment, like all the school. This was emerging markets. And this guy was basically faking the account. So the money was coming in to him before then the company start grabbing the proper, monthly bill. So he got almost 300K of 300K pounds from customer payments. He smashed all the records. He was in President's Club and everything. So it was a bit of a mess. But obviously, it's not something that I could manage directly. And what I learned is that escalating and sharing the problem with other leaders, with senior leaders, once you can prove what's happening, helps a lot, because the company then surrounds you and is the one making it like fooling the company that was fired at the end. So
tough situation. Which were the main takeaway for you from that experience?
I think it is very important that this wasn't a technical, personal challenge or a technical, nor a technical challenge. It was a team challenge, like a company challenge. So I decided to communicate to the whole team, to my whole team. Hey, reps, this is what happens. HR wasn't agreeing with this strategy. They wanted to keep silence as probably usually, but I think it was something that could impact the performance of my team. And you know, if you are honest all the way down, then your reps are with you. So basically, I would share every single detail with the team, what happened, what was going to happen, and you know what the result was. And we made the strongest team ever, literally, like brotherhoods. We still have a WhatsApp group with the team, with the 15 people we were at the time. So I think we unite together against these kind of things.
Amazing. Well, now as of one, your favorite working app?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough. I'm exploring a lot now, because when you are in a Cisco corporation, you got a lot of tools of Cisco. But then when you are out, you can use different tools. I think my favorite one, it's interesting for me, is Slack, even if the search bar is not the best. But I think I'm fan of ClickUp right now, considering I'm helping companies deliver on time and organize different teams, and you know, these dependent tasks that depend on one to each other. So collaborating. So ClickUp is making a lot of help for me in the every daily basis.
Right. And finally, the one single tip for aspiring CTOs.
Yeah, guys, be yourself and trust the people you hire. I would say what I do, what I said. I would say that, like, be yourself and trust the people you hire.
Great, great. Let's finish then with a couple of technical questions in your expertise area, right? First one, related to public speaking and pitching. How can you make sure that the message you want gets across the audience?
Oh yeah, when speaking to a group of people, it is very important you find something that can connect them, right? Even if you don't know the person besides in the audience, or no one knows who is in the audience, you need to connect that audience. So that will make them feel like these ones around, right? Like they are on the same page, and then they will understand the message in a single way, in one single way. So when you drop the message, and at this point, when you connect all the audience, then you can drop your message, and every single person in the audience will understand the same. Or if not, which can happen, since they feel connected, they can ask, oh, did he say that? Or, you know, so you can make that mind-blowing, very short, effective message arriving to the audience. So to make sure that your message goes across the audience, prepare the message and prepare the pre-message. So prepare how are you going to deliver and how are you going to connect your audience, so you can drop the message at the right time. And we will work that for sure.
Great. What about avoiding micromanagement? How you can say you can avoid it effectively?
I think trust is my only advice. You need to trust your team and let them know that what you expect from them and when, but not how. I mean, really, like, if you want to avoid micromanagement, you cannot get into the how things are done. You need to trust the people to deliver on time. Let them be creative, be there to be supportive during all this creative process, and give them the tools every day, but try not to give them the fish, if that makes sense, right? Because otherwise you could be supervising a group of people's operations and working, like, if your group of people is 10 people, then working 10 times your actual daily work. So don't recommend. I tried that and I don't recommend it.
Right. Multiplying the effect of your work, right?
Absolutely. Be effective.
Great. So thank you so much for your time, Pablo. That's the end of the questionnaire, the
Perfect.
Q&A we are running to the mentors. Thank you so much for your time and your useful advice.
Thank you. See
See
you
you
soon,
soon.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure. Bye-bye. Thank you.